So this will be a quick video going over how I was able to predict the move down to around 54.30, 54.34, the move up to 56.01, and then the move back down uh, to roughly 54.32 currently, but I'm targeting a little bit lower. Um, but this is a video in reference to this tweet where I was congratulating two of my students, especially Vintage, that have blown it out the water in profit. Right, so they've made a little over $100,000 in profit in the last month on their funded accounts, and I did want to congratulate them. So props to them. Um, this is kind of just an explanation as to how I was able to see price action unfold and predict how price action unfolds. Right, you can kind of see I labeled uh, these four messages here that I posted in the Discord, predicting what price would do afterwards. So around the 24th of July, I know I mentioned that we were going to move down to 54.37, which is the top of the range here, right? Um, and also has some fib confluence from our previous extensions. So all the levels you see on my chart are already predetermined, meaning ever since June 4th, I've had these levels on my chart, right? So all of these levels here have been here since June 4th, and I've literally just been playing off of those levels, right? And the previously developed price action, right? So pretty simple here. Uh, just move down to the bottom of the range, right? Which is the top of the range here between 54.36 and 53.96. So that was a uh, pretty simple price prediction. But why did I think this was the end of the correction? Right? Why did I think this was the end of the move? Well, if we do some fib extensions from the initial move down from the correction, then we get a very, very significant fib confluence here, right? We've already triggered the 1382 rule here that I've mentioned previously or taught in my previous classes. Um, so we at least target 1618, right? There's not really any confluence behind the 200% extension, right? There's not much confluence behind the 200% extension with previous price action. So wouldn't make sense for price to end there. But if you're looking at the 2618, right, it is very, very, very uh, very, very good in terms of confidence, right? In terms of price. So all I was doing here was wondering whether or not we were going to start a new impulse or not. But evidently by this candlestick here, right, this candlestick pattern here, this could never be the start of some kind of impulse, right? Overlapping waves tend to be corrective in nature. So knowing this, the only possibility, and this is kind of where Elliott wave theory comes in, right? The only possibility that the next move could be is some kind of flat, right? So if we label it in terms of Elliott wave theory, this was wave A, this was wave B, right? This was wave B, and then we have wave C right here. So once I kind of saw this wave B be put in, I was waiting for some kind of confirmation of the break of the range, and I mentioned that if we close above 54, or if we open above 55.08, which is this level right here, um, then we would have a very high chance of going up to 55.84 and 56.01, right? So I mentioned yesterday near close, we were going to get a push up to 56.01, but once we hit 56.01, we're going to hit a wall and come back down. Why? Because this right here is a five-wave move down, right? But in Elliott wave theory, and this is what I teach in my class, a five-wave move down is only ever going to be the beginning of a correction, right? So following a five-wave move down will always be some kind of three-wave move up, right? And in this case, it was a move up to 56.01, right? Being the zero point 0.5 fib as well as previous, right? You can see just how significant this level at 55.94 is, um, how we barely, or we never really close above. You can kind of see how the candlestick bodies here respect this level so well. And you can see it here as well at 55.94, how three candlesticks in a row have trouble pushing past this 55.94 level, right? So going back to this kind of concept, if you know anything about Elliott wave theory, then you know that this is our larger degree A wave. This is our larger degree B wave. And now, right, once this B wave is put in, we must have a C leg pushing us lower, right? So that was a quick rundown of how I was able to make these predictions several days before, or right, the day before. And this is how I kind of was able to give time predictions as well, right? So not only do I give uh, accurate price predictions where price will go before it rejects, right, before it consolidates, but I also try and give, right, like then if you see the messages I post in the Discord, then you'll see that I'll give time targets as well, right? So this is kind of a little explanation, right? Not a deep dive. I just wanted this video to be short, but this is just a short explanation as to how I was able to predict this entire move, right? And make like roughly 180 points of profit in the past 3 days on ES. And this is also how my students have begun seeing price action after my classes. Right, so congratulations to Vintage and Trifity, and all the other people making money in the Discord. Right, super proud for them to hit the 6 digit mark in just a month. Absolutely crazy. Right, if you like the analysis, you can find me in discord.gg.lks, in the Precision Hub subsection. I post daily analysis for ES and NQ and some other stickers too, right? That I show interest in. But I hope you found this short video useful. Hope to see you soon. Bye bye.